Nonprofit LLCs in California exist in a unique legal space, combining the flexibility of an LLC with the tax benefits of a nonprofit organization. But forming one requires meeting specific conditions that many business owners don't fully understand. A nonprofit LLC in California is a legal business structure that can qualify for tax exemption when it serves the public interest. Unlike standard LLCs, nonprofit LLCs must be organized and operated exclusively for charitable or public purposes. To qualify as a nonprofit LLC in California, several key requirements must be met. The LLC must be member-managed, and all members must be tax-exempt organizations. The Articles of Organization must include specific language required by the IRS to qualify for tax exemption. Additionally, the organization must file Form 3500A with the California Franchise Tax Board for state tax exemption and Form 1023 or 1023EZ with the IRS to obtain Federal 501c3 status. The formation process begins with creating a nonprofit corporation following Section 5000 of the California Corporations Code. Most nonprofits are formed for educational, charitable, literary, religious, or scientific purposes. You'll need to choose initial directors for your nonprofit. While California law allows for just one director, the IRS typically requires multiple directors to grant 501c3 status. Most nonprofits have between 3 and 25 directors. When selecting a name for your California nonprofit LLC, ensure it's not too similar to existing registered names and isn't misleading to the public. You can check name availability through the Secretary of State website's business search option or by mailing a name availability inquiry letter. To secure a name, file a name reservation request, which reserves it for 60 days. Your articles of incorporation must contain specific information about the nonprofit, including a thorough statement of purpose. To receive tax-exempt status, the articles must include language stating the nonprofit won't engage in prohibited legislative or political activity, provisions for asset distribution upon dissolution, and organization details. Organizations choose the LLC structure for nonprofits for several strategic reasons. 2 or more nonprofits might form a nonprofit LLC for joint ventures to manage programs or share resources. The structure offers liability protection without forming a separate nonprofit corporation. It also provides operational flexibility with less formal governance than traditional corporations and can streamline project-specific partnerships between exempt organizations. Maintaining nonprofit status involves ongoing compliance requirements. For federal tax exemption, file Form 1023 or 1023EZ with the IRS, including supporting documentation such as Articles of Organization and Operating Agreement. After receiving federal exemption, file Form 3500A with the California Franchise Tax Board for state tax exemption. Annual filings include Form RRF-1 with the California Attorney General's Registry of Charitable Trusts, IRS Form 990 annually, and Form SI-100 with the California Secretary of State every 2 years. Additional requirements for a California nonprofit LLC include IRS-approved language in the articles, such as a specific purpose clause, a clause prohibiting political or legislative activity, and a dissolution clause. All members must be 501c3 organizations or governmental units. Individuals and for-profit entities cannot be members. The LLC must prohibit private inurement, ensuring no portion of earnings benefits private shareholders or individuals. Compensation to officers and members must be reasonable and based on fair market value. An operating agreement should explicitly affirm the nonprofit nature of the entity and outline decision-making processes, member roles, and asset distribution. So, can an LLC be a nonprofit in California? Yes, but under strict legal conditions. The LLC must be formed exclusively for charitable or public purposes, and its structure and operations must comply with both state law and IRS requirements for tax-exempt status. This structure is often used by existing nonprofits wishing to collaborate while maintaining liability protection. Forming a nonprofit LLC in California offers unique advantages for organizations with charitable purposes, but requires careful attention to legal requirements and ongoing compliance obligations. By understanding these specific conditions and following proper procedures, organizations can successfully establish and maintain a nonprofit LLC that serves the public interest while enjoying the benefits of tax exemption.